Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
Welcome to Stone Art Studio.
Oh, wow. This is, I love this. It's because I'm walking into a space and I don't know what to expect, but then I see just the eclectic nature already just jumping right at me. Oh, that's great.
Sure.
So, Henry, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an artist. I've been art trained. I follow art history, which I apply to my photography. Photography is my chosen medium of the art side. So I apply that, and my whole purpose is in the photography pieces that I produce is just to wow you.
Oh, wow.
If I'm not wowing you, I don't want you to see it.
I'm getting wowed already. I'm seeing some pieces over here. Like, being able to be in the right place at the right time to capture some of these moments, at a certain point, it's got to be almost fate or, something magical has to happen.
It's, like that one there. Do you remember Bonfire Pizza, Sabula, Iowa?
Oh, yeah.
So I was there. I used to hang out there. And they're like, Henry, we know you got your camera. You need to get to the river now. And that's what was going on.
Yeah, you're an artist, you're a photographer, but you do a lot of other things as well. Tell me a little bit about the art drive.
In 2014, well, I've actually come back up a little bit. Since 1980, I came out here as a Chicago tourist, escaping from, a real job to, visit out here. And I would, when I go out bombing around and stuff, I would run into these places, and it's like, how come nobody knows about it?
Yeah.
So in 13, I moved out here full time. In 14, it's like, you know what? I'm going to start a monthly art map, which would be an art drive first weekend of each month, so you could take advantage of 12 times a year doing a promotion, which isn't too much.
Right.
And consistency builds routines, and you have to train your potential visitor customer.
Yeah.
So that was the impact behind that. And I think I had my first meeting, it was at Bonfire Pizza in 2014, March 2014. I think I had about 17, 18 artists there looking at me like I had three eyes. But we launched into it. And I mean, there was some, banging your head against the wall moments and stuff like that.
A little bit of herding cats, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. And then in 2015, I was in Monterey, and they have this Monterey wine tour through the mountains and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That could work here.
That can work.
And then that was where the Scenic Art Loop was born. So we've printed 6 of these. We're working on number 7 right now. It'll be released like within 30 days or so. And what this is the Driftless Region's only art exclusive guide that's available all year. And it's been on an uptick. We've presented it to national campaigents, conventions, things like that. So it's picking up steam, and it gets where everybody rises together.
Yeah. And you know how important it is to have artists, get their work in front of people.
Sure.
That is such a huge component of, I love making art. Art for art's sake is really important, but being able to share with it and have a communal experience with your art, that's also really important.
Right. I mean, it's my whole thing is of it is like, how do I get everybody? If we have 40 voices speaking loudly, that's going to be impactful. And what I would love to do is to be able to go to tourism entities and go, yo, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
And as we get more and more recognized, I think we're going in that direction. I don't think art is promoted anywhere as close to what it could be.
Sure.
And this is my way of doing it. Just put it in your face, put it out there,
Right.
and it evolves. I've had people come in here doing art drives around the map where I've picked up projects off of.
Being able to bring these places, because some of the locations you're going to, they're not, places I'm going to be able to go and see things like that on a every day. Especially something like this beautiful lightning strike. I can see that, I can imagine it, but being able to capture and hold on to it, that's pretty unique.
Well, a lot of I also do guided tours. Usually 1 or 2 people. I usually like to have the people ride with me because then we could talk driftless lore, indigenous lore. And I've got a whole map of places where you can pull off, and I can say, stand here. You can get a picture of that view. And it's also where you can do it in Northwest Illinois without getting hit by a car, because there's not a lot of places you can pull over.
Right.
So my whole thing is geared to, okay, where can we get out of the way? And you could, you can enjoy it, breathe it in, and things like that.
And take your time with it. Now, what do we got going on here? This looks really interesting.
So these are stoned candles, and this is where the name Stoned Art Studio evolved out of. And what I do is, when I go on the road on long trips, I harvest stone. I pick up stone, off public lands and stuff like that. I bring them back, and I turn them into oil lamps.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And taking nature, you're bringing nature, into people's homes through photography, but also through physical objects as well.
Right, and one of the points is, particularly like this picture here, is if I can demonstrate man's insignificance, I've delivered my point. And so I do work with the clouds a lot. Number one, I can see the clouds. That's a whole nother story why I lean at clouds. But I want to bring the patterns, the drama of the clouds into the picture. You have to have some kind of drama, for, delivery of emotion for people to go, whoa.
Yeah.
Whether it's knock their socks off with lightning or whether it's, simple as the Milky Way over the Mississippi River.
Wow. Yeah. And speaking of which, the community that is down here on Central, this is a neighborhood that's a little bit of a transition here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't have a bad thing to say about being here and stuff like that. There is a evolution going on that I could see. As an artist, you can look at things and you can see the stories, and the stories are changing.
Yeah.
And it comes to, we could do things here where you got the coffee shop that opened since I moved in. Yeah. You got Voices that opened since I moved in. So, now I can guide people.
Right.
Okay, you're on Central, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. There's rumblings of other stuff, people moving in and stuff. So I think it will be well and supportive, things like that. With my artists, I do work with them a lot on marketing and how to push social media. I don't do this by myself. I got two other women that work with this also. Between the three of us, we put forward that what you have to do to be seen, be known, things like that.
Right. You got to put yourself out there, and a lot of this needs to be out there because it's just that great.
Cool.
Henry,
thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for stopping by.